Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to look at problems on a clock. Problems on a clock. Here, these are the questions that they keep on asking in aptitudes, and you really need to know a clock. A clock is drawn. Let me try to draw for you a clock. This is how a clock is drawn. This is 12. This is 6. This is 3. And this is 9. So you come 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11. So this is our clock. Then we have two hands. We have the hour hand and the minute hand. The hour hand is actually this short one. Are we together? While the minute hand is the long one. So let's look at 10 important facts that you need to know. The first one is that in every hour, the two hands coincide once. That means if it is in an hour here, for example at 1, this will come and cross before going to another hour only once. Then secondly, they are saying each hour space equals to 30 degrees. That means in case they ask you for angles, each hour here, this is 30 degrees, this is 30 degrees, this is 30 degrees. On this hour hand, when it's moving, each hour that it moves is actually 30 degrees. Then they have said each minute hand space equals to 6 degrees. That means that whenever each minute is walking, it's actually 6 degrees. When it moves like maybe 10, it will be actually 10 times the 6 degrees. So from here up to here will be actually 60 degrees in case it is this minute hand that is moving. And next they're saying us, when the two hands are at right angles, that is 90 degrees, they are 15 minutes apart. For example, if the two hands, one is facing here and another is facing here, this is 5, 10, 15. Those are 15 minutes apart. For example, if one is facing at 12 and another one is facing at, this is 90 degrees, these are actually 15 minutes apart. Then next we are saying when two hands are in opposite direction, they are 180 degrees, that is 30 minutes apart. For example, if we have this clock here, and this is 12, and this is 6, and this is 9, and this is 3. If one is facing this side and the other long hand, maybe the minute hand, these are 30 minutes apart, and these are actually 180 degrees because it is on a straight line. Next we say when the hands are coincident, there is obviously 0 degrees and 0 minutes apart. That means when they are facing each other, there is actually 0 degrees and 0 minutes apart. Are we together? Then next they are saying the two hands are in the same line when they are either coincident or in opposite direction. So by this, let me try to illustrate it to you. In case we have this as 12, this as 3, and this as 9 plus this as 6. So it can either, let me illustrate it from here. So here we can see, here they are coincident. That means they are in the same line because they are facing each other. Or they can be in the same line when one is facing here and another, this is the minute hand and the hour hand, they're all facing in the same direction. Then next they are telling us the hands coincide 11 times in every 12 hours because there is a common position of 12 o'clock between 11 and 1 o'clock. That means when it moves for 12 hours, they will coincide only 11 times. They are saying 9 is that the hands of the clock are at right angles twice in every hour. That means in 12 hours, they are at right angles only 22 times. This is because there are two positions common in every 12 hours. Then lastly, two hands of the clock will be together, H and HN o'clock. Let me try it now to do for you an example here. So they've told us here, the first question, they're actually telling us, find the time between 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock when the two hands of the clock are in the same straight line. There are two scenarios. The first scenario, when the two hands of the clock are in a straight line, if this is 12, this is 3, this is 6, and this is 9. So we have here, this is 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8 together, and this is 10, 11. So they are saying between 11 and 9 o'clock. This is 11 and 9 o'clock. And they are telling us find the time between 11 and 9 when the two hands of the clock are in the same straight line. So they can be, first of all, in the same straight line, because this is 11, can be in the straight line when this is actually facing here at 8, because it's 8 to 11, and this hand is also facing this side. Are we together? Because it would have been at 8, but since 10 minutes have passed, it somehow clocks here. So they can be in a straight line in this first scenario. And we need to say, what is the time? So it will be 8, so we need to get the minutes past in order from here up to here. Are we together? So when you count here, this is 5, 10 minutes past. Are we together? But there are some seconds that are here that actually need to be added. So to get these seconds, those are the gains. Are we together? That is the gain in what? In 10 minutes. The formula that we use is actually we get the 60 of the minutes, all minutes equals 60 over 55 times the 10 minutes. That's here to add the remaining time that is here. When we calculate this, when we get now 60 divided by 55 times 10, what we get is actually 10 over 11 minutes. Are we together? So these are the extra seconds that have passed in order for it to be able to reach there and be in a straight line. So that means it will be, the first time it will be in a straight line will be at 10 over 11 minutes past what? Past 8. Are we together? Then the second time when this can actually be in a straight line, let's draw it. The second time, that's the first time it can be in a straight line. We have this as 12, this as 6, this as 9, and this as 3, and this as 9. So here we have, this is 1, 2, 3. Here we have 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So they can also coincide in case all of them are actually looking. For example, it can be, in case here it's coming to 9, and actually this is the minute, the hour hand and the minute hand are also facing the same direction. That can be when they are also in a straight line. So to find this distance, we come and calculate the gains now to find how much past 8 to reach here. When you come and calculate the gains here, you say, remember we said it is 60 over 55 times the minutes here that it is on to get. So when you calculate the minutes, it is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So it is times 40. So when you calculate this, 60 times 40 divided by 55, our answer that we get will be 43, 7, 11. So it will be after, so this time here when it will be at 43, 7 over 11 minutes past 8. Are we together? Then question 2, they are saying at what time, so question 2, you can actually all try it out. They are saying at what time between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock will the hand of the clock be together? Are we together? They've said between, so let's try to illustrate it. This is our clock. Here we have, this is 12, this is 6, this is 3, and this is 9. So we have 1. It's good you try these numbers when you're illustrating them. 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11. So they're saying at what time between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock will the hands of the clock be together? This is 3 and this is 4. So when you try here, that means if it is at 3 here, they will be together when they meet at around this point only once. So that means they will be together when this is the minute hand facing here and the hour hand facing this direction. Are we together? So we have to get how many minutes past 3 to be here. What is this time here? So to get that time there, we said we get, that is the gains. The gains. So to get this gains here, we say we get 60 over 55 times, you count how many minutes past. This is 5, 10, 15. Are we together? Times 15. What do we get when you calculate this? Let me put in my calculator. You actually get 16, 4 over 11 seconds. So this time here where they will be together, it will be 16 minutes. It will be 16, 4 over 11 minutes. Sorry, minutes past that. So it will be at 16, 4 over 11 minutes past 3. This is the time when they will meet together. Because it was at 3, but this our hand keeps on moving like this and they meet at that point. Are we together? Let me try out other questions here. I want to try out one on angles. Yes, we have one here. They said the accurate clock shows 8 o'clock in the morning. Are we together? Then they are saying, through how many degrees will the hour hand rotate when the clock shows 2 o'clock in the afternoon? So this is it. They are telling us. Let me try to illustrate it for you. This is 12. This is 6. This is 3. And this is 9. This is 1, 2, 3. This is 4, 5, this is 6, this is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Are you together? So they are saying the accurate clock shows 8 o'clock in the morning. Through how many degrees will the hour hand rotate to show 2 o'clock? So when it shows 8 o'clock in the morning, the hour hand is actually pointing here. Well, the minute hand will be pointing there. But then they are saying it moves up to 2 o'clock. This is 2 o'clock, which is the opposite of here. Are we together? So this is a straight line. That means it moves 180 degrees. Let's try out one whereby there is some need of calculation and actually see what we do. They have said the reflex angle between the hands, or you can actually calculate it because we said the hour hand moves, actually the hour hand we said it moves 30 degrees. So you calculate 30 plus, this is 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30. So when you calculate, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you could just get 30 times 6 without even doing that to calculate. So when you get 30 times 6, you still get 180 degrees, which is also meaning it is a straight line. If it was at 3, you calculate still. This is 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30 to get that angle. Are we together? Then they have said next, the reflex angle between the hands of a clock at 10.25. That is at 10:25. Are we together? At 25 minutes past 10. So let's calculate that reflex angle. Let me try. Remember, reflex angle is that angle above. So this is 12. This is 6. This is 3. And this is 9. Here we have 1, 2, 3. Here we have 4, 5, 6. We have 7, 8. Here we have 9, 10, 11. So that's between the hands of the reflex angle between hands of at 10:25. Let's try to show 10:25. If this is 10, 10 would have moved like somewhere here, and 25 will be, this is 10:25. Are we together? So when you try to see, this angle it can't be the reflex angle because it is less than 180. So they want this angle here. This is what they want. Are we together? That is the reflex angle. Let me name it R. But we cannot get this R without getting this angle in between. Are we together? So that means you are going to first get this angle in between. So to get this angle in between, sorry, this should be the short one here. This should be the short one that stops here. And this is actually the long one that goes up to 1025. Are we together? So let's first now calculate what the angle. So we are going to first calculate the angle moved by the minute hand. Then we also calculate the angle moved by the hour hand. That's the only way we are going to get it. Try and see and try to actually understand how this is done. So let's start with the angle moved by the minute hand. Are we together? So to get now this angle here, which is moved by the minute hand, which is 25. So remember we said each angle moved by the minute hand is actually 6 degrees. So when you calculate here from here up to here, that means we calculate how many minutes are actually there. So it will be 6. It has moved 25 minutes, so 6 times 25, this is actually 150. Are we together? Then, so that means the angle moved by the minute hand is actually 150. That means from here up to here is actually 150 from this point here. Are we together? This angle moved here is 150. Then let's calculate the angle moved by the hour hand. So we're calculating it from here up to here. Are we together? So to get that angle moved by the hour hand, that means remember for the hour hand, every time it moves, it actually moves by 30 degrees. So this is 30, 30, 30 up to 10. So when you calculate, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are we together? So it will actually be now 30, because it's 30 degrees per hour. For every hour, time was 10. But now there's this small angle here. That is that it moves here. Remember, it does not stop at 10. As this hour hand is moving, this one also moves. So this angle here, to get it now, it will be, you get this one here, the 25 times the how many minutes, because it's 10:25 at 10:25. So you get the 25 times actually 0.5. Are we together? So when you calculate this, when I put this on my calculator, this is 300 plus 25 times 0.5. It actually gives us 3125. Are we together? So that means to get this angle here in between, we shall get the whole of this angle from here up to here minus this one here. So we shall get 312.5 minus 150. Are we together? So when we get that minus 150, our angle is actually 162.5. That means this angle here, the acute angle here, is 162.5. So to get this remaining angle R, remember this plus this should give you 360, because all angles up to 300. So remember R plus 2.5 should be equal to 360. All right, together. That means R will be equal to 360 minus 162.5, which will give us 160 minus 162.5, which will give us 197.5. The same as 197.5, which will be D. Are we together? And let's go to the next one, number 3. They are saying a clock is started at noon. By 10 minutes past 5, the hour hand has turned through. So they want this angle here. Are we together? So the clock started at noon. Let's try to draw our clock here. The clock, this is 12. This is 6. This is 3. This is 9. This is 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11. They are looking for now the hour hand. So remember, this is the hour hand. The hour hand is the small one. They've said A clock started at noon by 10 minutes past 5. Started at noon. If it is at noon, that means this hour hand, which is the small one. Remember, we said the hour hand moves 30 degrees, while the minute hand moves 6 degrees per minute. This one moves 30 degrees per hour. They said the clock started at noon. By 10 minutes past 5, the hour hand has turned through. So when you look at 10 minutes past 5, if this is 5, 10 minutes past 5, it would have moved a little here, around this place here. So they want this angle here. Are we together? So they want actually this angle here, from here up to here. So to get this angle, it is still the same thing that we do. Remember this each is 30 minutes. Are we together? 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, which is the same as 30 times, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus now to get this remaining degrees here, this remaining angle, we actually get 0.5 times it has moved by 10 minutes. Are we together? So this is actually how this is. When you get 30 times 5 plus 0.5 times 10, that means it has moved 155 degrees. All right, guys, thank you very much. For more questions, if you found it helpful, please don't forget to subscribe and to like.